So I just recently got this in the mail from Nitecore. They were kind enough to offer to send one of these over. This is the Concept 2 flashlight, and as you can see right on the box, 6,500 lumens. Let's see what we got, shall we? Here is the Concept itself. Now, to be honest, that is not as big as I thought it was going to be. So already I'm pretty happy with that. You definitely feel some heft. I mean, obviously, if you're generating that much power, you're going to have some battery weight in there. You're going to have, it's going to be a powerhouse. But I have to say, it's not as big as I thought it would be. So obviously our charging, okay, looks like a proprietary. I mean, proprietary, that's still a universal size right there. I really would have liked to see this be chargeable via maybe USB. It's not a deal killer, but it means that I'm going to have a harder time charging this on the fly. I'm going to need to make sure that I really take care of this charger. I need to make sure that it's charged before I go out. I don't really have a lot of options, let's say if I take this camping, to kind of charge on the go unless I'm bringing this with me. That's if I can say anything, that's probably a downside to me, but again, let's see how it goes. We do have our nylon travel case. This thing feels very sturdy, very well made. I like this. And then lastly, some replacement coverage, replacement caps. So you'll notice nothing happens. It's giving me a little bit of a blue flash right there. That's my lockout. Okay, I should be able to press and hold. Oh. Okay, there we go. Perfect, so that took it out. Now if I ever want to lock that up again, I wouldn't press all the way in. I'd do the half press until it gives me a quick little flash. There it is. Now it's locked again. In terms of power rating, you've got a few different options here, right? All the way down to ultra low, which is your 1 lumen setting, and that thing can run for 2,000 hours, which is fantastic. Jumps up to 285 lumens at 16 hours. 1,000 lumens is the mid-range at 6 hours 30 minutes. 2,500 lumens at an hour and a half, and then if you're running this thing on turbo for 30 minutes, you're talking 6,500 lumens. This thing is an absolute powerhouse. Reading over this on the website, I know that the construction is supposed to be very, very solid, and honestly, feeling this thing in my hand, I have to agree. This has no rattle at all. It doesn't feel cheap. Actually CNC machined out of a solid aluminum billet, so that should be very, very rugged. Obviously it looks like we've got some heat sinks here to try to dissipate some of that heat. When you're running 6,500 lumens, you're going to get hot. You're going to get hot fast. So talking about the actual bulbs, you're using 4 Cree XHP35 LEDs. They have a lifespan of up to, I think they said 50,000 hours, 12.27 ounces, so still less than a pound, not bad at all. Got IP68 rating, which means about 2 meters submersible, means it should function underwater. We'll go ahead and test that. I'll go ahead and pull in a soda can here just to kind of compare that, right? So I've got a little lemonade can. Again, I don't know why, but I was expecting this to be a lot bigger than it is. When I stand that thing up next to the soda can, it's a nice little form factor, especially for the power you're getting. I like that there's a clip here. My first thought when I saw that was maybe putting this in the pocket. I think it's going to be a little too bulky. However, if I don't necessarily want to use the nylon case, I could just throw that directly onto my belt, and I like that. Removable lanyard, looks like a few different carry options. 2 types of presses. One all the way in, you can hear that audible click. Let me go ahead and just like that, okay? In between there though, I don't know if you can hear that at all, there is kind of an intermediate press. So as I click to turn that on, I'm going to intermediate press to go through all of my modes. So let's go ahead and test this thing and see if we can get some good footage for you of what 6,500 lumens is going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on the lowest setting, okay? That's also their moonlight mode. Pretty small. I mean, if I don't have my hand there, you can't even see anything. It is nice and dull, okay? Now I do a half press to go to the next mode. All right. Another press to light things up even more. One more. And then the next will take me right to the 6,500 lumens, and that is basically like daylight. That is fantastic. You can see the dust coming off of that thing. Beautiful, but it's getting really hot. So I go all the way back down, okay? What I like to do is run it about mid-range right here, and then while you're in, if you do the half press and hold it, that shoots you right to 6,500 lumens, and then it's an intermittent, so I go right back to where I was. It's really, really cool. If I'm all the way off, I can press all the way and hold. Boom, takes me right to 6,500 lumens, and then it's an intermittent as well. So I really like that functionality because, again, I can just be kind of going at my regular pace, but all of a sudden, something catches my eye and quickly check it out at 6,500. Now, do you really need a full 6,500 lumens all the time? No, I'm going to argue you don't, right? That's a lot of light coming at you. It makes the thing really, really hot, and you don't have a lot of time with it. But there are times, every once in a while, when you just need to light up an area, right? And then just take a look at things. So, boom, let's see what's going on around here, okay? There is no hiding from that thing. That's fantastic. But it is something that you're only going to use for intermittent stages every once in a while. It's just nice to have that kind of power in your hands. All right, we're going to test out our special modes. And this one actually has a couple of different special modes. So if I go into my my regular mode here, what I do is while it's on, I have to press and click, press all the way and hold, and that puts me into strobe. And then I do a half press to scroll through those modes. So that's my beacon right there. I can leave that on, and that's just going to give me a beacon. I can do a half press one more time, and that's going to put me into an SOS. Now, each of these special modes is flashing at a full 6,500 lumens, so it makes it really, really nice. There we go, and then I flash again to go back into strobe. Now I just click all the way off to turn it off, and I'm back into regular mode as I go. But again, I'm at my second setting here, press and hold, and I instantly have 6,500 lumens, and then I'm back to normal. I really like that functionality, but I do see the appeal of having a pair of gloves on while you're utilizing this light. All right, guys, so that itself, that is the concept. And to be honest, after having used this for a little while, I like it a lot. I have to say, the price point, you're going to be coming in just under $200. Do I think that's a value? I absolutely do. I think for that kind of power, especially as like an all-around emergency preparedness light, something I'm going to take camping, it's rugged, it's well built. I definitely don't think, I think you're getting value for what you're paying for there, so not bad at all. Again, like I said, the only thing I really kind of bugged me the most was just the charging method. If I lose this or it breaks, I'm kind of SOL. I might have to go buy a universal adapter or buy a second one of these from Nitecore. So that would be a gripe. Or if I had maybe kind of user access to the batteries in here, I believe from my reading, I could be wrong, I thought they were 18650s, but I could be wrong, like I said. But being able to access those batteries and use maybe one of Nitecore's universal chargers would have also been nice as well. But again, I don't know that those are deal killers for me. I really like the form, the functionality of this flashlight. I would definitely recommend it. So go ahead and leave me your thoughts down below. Please, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, be notified of any new videos we have coming out. And I look forward to catching you next time. Thanks so much.